Buckle up. This is Rutherford. Say what you think at star 7777 on Rogers Wireless. Pound 7777 on TELUS Mobility.
Well, BC is, I guess, pretty much famous for having lake monster stories. We all know about Ogopogo and Lake Okanagan. And various pictures of some kind of sightings of Ogopogo. Nothing found yet. Huge lake, though. Huge lake. But apparently there are 39 lakes in BC where some type of creature has been seen. 39 of them. Either British Columbians have very vivid imaginations, or there's something going on out there. But there is a lake that is going to be revisited next month on Vancouver Island. It's Cameron Lake near Parksville, just west of Parksville, Qualicum Beach. And it's not as big as Lake Okanagan, obviously, but there has been a whole series of sightings of something in Cameron Lake. Some of them go back years. I see one reference to 2004. Someone saw a very large, long, black creature in Cameron Lake. A sighting in 2007. 3 objects or something circling in the water. There is a group that goes out and looks for these things. They were there last year at Cameron Lake, but didn't really get what they wanted. But there was a little bit of evidence of something. With me is Adam McGirr, Vice President, British Columbia Cryptozoology Club. He was at Cameron Lake last year. Hello, Adam.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, Adam, what did you guys find last year?
Well, last year we were able to use the fish finder on our boat, and we were scanning the area near Angel Rock, which is where many of the sightings that you just mentioned have taken place.
Okay.
And the water there is quite deep. It's actually almost a straight drop-off from the shore, almost all the way down to the bottom. And our fish finder was registering several very large objects. Now, I can't say whether or not they were something like a lake serpent or just something like a very large trout, but we made several passes over the same area. And these objects kept appearing in slightly different locations. So we're fairly confident that it was a swimming, living animal down there and not something on the bottom like a log or a rock.
Right. And how big was this thing?
Well, it's hard to say exactly. The reports, of course, from eyewitnesses put it at anywhere between 8 to 12 feet.
Right.
But numerous witnesses have actually reported seeing multiple objects breaking the surface. So there could be 1 or 2 or 3 of these things down there. And I think it's important to note that lake trout can actually grow to extremely huge sizes.
Oh.
So, I mean, if this is a trout, it could be 40, 50 pounds. There was a recent record set on Lake Diefenbaker in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
And it was a 48-pound rainbow trout.
Wow.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a big deal because the record for trout has been going back and forth for the last couple of years. Cameron Lake is actually a lake that is known to have rainbow trout, cutthroat trout, and also brown trout, which anglers will know are known to grow really, really large and put up quite a fight if you manage to actually get them on your line.
So this is literally could be a fishing trip. I mean, when we say, monster or some sort of beast in the lake, we're thinking, I don't know, some slithery, long, Ogopogo-looking thing. It might not be that at all.
Well, I mean, it's hard to say. Our organization likes to take a scientific approach to this
That's
problem.
no fun.
and any problem. Well, it is and it isn't. I mean, we're looking for a real biological animal that is in this lake, and we're trying to correlate what people have described in their sightings with a biological animal.
Okay.
So one of the first things that we think about is a lake sturgeon, which are also known to grow extremely long. They can get up to 8 feet long and weigh upwards of 800 pounds. And in fact, they, on their backs, have kind of a serrated set of fins on their back. And if that was seen breaking the surface of the water, especially if it were one of the big guys, you could definitely interpret that as serpentine. Is there any
sturgeon history around there?
There isn't, actually, and that just sort of adds to the mystery of this lake.
Yeah.
Is that nobody has ever fished a sturgeon out of this lake. It's possible that they are in there because it is a very cold lake.
Yeah.
And the sturgeon, they love the cold water, and most of the time they're content just to sit down on the bottom, and they feed off of weeds and slime on the rocks. But every now and then, they're known to come up to the surface to bask in the sunlight, or maybe try their hand at catching insects and flies and stuff that might land on the water. So that's a possible explanation.
Sure. Adam, hang on a second. I'm going to come back to you. Adam McGirr, my guest, VP, British Columbia Cryptozoology Club, looking for something in Cameron Lake. Back after this.